everyone, it's Nicole for Simon Says Stamp, and today we're going to create this beautiful watercolor effects card using the March 2026 card kit called Watercolor Bouquet. Everything from the beautiful florals to the ink smooshed die cut heart to the stamped text background were created with watercolor effects. We're going to start with the two 8.5 by 11 distress watercolor sheets included in the kit, and I'm going to trim them down for a little bit easier use. One of these is going to become our background for our heart, and the other is going to become our text background for the card. I'm also going to take out the cube inks included in the kit. We're going to be using 5 of the 6 colors today. I did opt not to do my blue-purple combination because I fell in love with this pink, kind of pinky orange color combination, even though, yes, it's showing red here. From the kit, you also get a half sheet of lightweight acetate from Simon Says Stamp. I am using this to do the ink smooshing technique on one of the watercolor panels. One of the great things about doing this particular technique with the watercolor cardstock as opposed to other cardstocks is that the watercolor cardstock is obviously much heavier and weightier and holds up to the water a lot better. I do find that even though the cardstock might be curling up a little as it is wet right now, it smooths back out as this dries. I did allow my panel to completely air dry. I simply set it aside while I worked on stamping some of the other pieces. And everything that I'm doing today, I did allow to air dry, but you can always use your heat tool to speed up that heat process if you need to. We're going to go ahead and let this panel sit to the side and air dry. I am going to come back and add a little extra color on top of this. I want each of the different layers to dry first. So there's a couple of different options. Just wanted to show that blue purple, it is really pretty. I'm just going to save that for something else. Next, I did clean up the acetate because even though I used it for ink smooshing, I want to save that to use on an additional project later on. So it has been a little bit of time, truth be told, even though I said I was going to go work on other things, I did actually work on a few other things, but I am going to come back in now to this cardstock panel, and I want to fill in some of the white areas especially. This is because I am going to be die cutting this into the shape of the heart, and I want it to be much more solid than what you're seeing here. Okay, so we are going to stamp some of the watercolor florals or watercolor bouquet onto another piece of the watercolor cardstock. And again, it does hold up really, really well to these techniques. And that's what I love about this. So I am inking up the stamps with my Simon Says Stamp Pawsitively saturated ink cubes. And then I'm using the little water spritzer also included in the kit to spray the stamps and then stamp them on the cardstock. Now I simply used the rose ink there first. I didn't love that one a lot. I felt like it was a little too perfect, if you will, and not quite as watercolor as I want. So I actually combined rhubarb and the rose inks here, and I added much more water and stamped that on the cardstock. You can see that you're getting a lot less perfect results with that, and that is what I want. I also really like the two-tone of the ink there. Next, I'm going to take tons of the greenery stamps. I don't know that I'll end up using all of these, but I'm going to stamp them twice. And that's because I love lots of greenery in my bouquets. For the greenery, we are using a combination of Zest and Field inks. By layering the Zest yellow ink on first and then blending in the Field ink and spritzing it really well, it's going to give us everything from the darker field color to a limey green to yellow on the leaves, which I really love. I'm being really generous with my water again, stamping that right on the watercolor cardstock. And I saw a little spot where I felt like it needed a little more green, so I just added a touch of that and then re-stamped it. So pretty, and we're obviously going to let this set and completely dry, and I went ahead and stamped some additional greenery. Some of this I will use on my card, some of it I'll save for something else. I also am stamping like this little tulip looking flower. I don't know if it's a tulip, just whatever bud this is. I stamped it once already and I didn't love the results. So I'm actually going to try a little less water for the second one. This is rhubarb, rose, and violet. I love the combination of that little bit of violet on that bloom. And I have some little flowers left. Some of them are misses, is what I call them. They can't all be hits, especially with this technique. I feel like you might have a bit of waste just trying to get the flower and the combination and the look you like the most. You know, sometimes I added too much water, sometimes not enough. And so I kind of just stamped a whole bunch of things, and then I took my favorites to die cut and add to my card. Like the little, I call it the starfish flower up there. I did not love that one. I didn't love the little tiny flower. Had not enough water. It's a little too perfect. The other pink rose, we are going to use that one. The roses are kind of the focal point today. And then I did stamp the little starfish again in a little purple flower. The little purple flower I liked. I ended up not using any of my starfish flowers for this particular card. Next, I am taking that other 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch panel of watercolor cardstock, and I am actually going to use a scrap first. I'm going to ink up the entire old letter background. This is one of my all-time favorites from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm going to ink it up with the rhubarb ink. And I have a scrap here where I had some misses. I am going to stamp that off. Then I'm going to reactivate the ink with water and stamp it again. And then without even cleaning my stamp at all, I'm actually going to take the background we're using and I'm going to lightly mist it one last time and stamp it. So I stamped it off a few times. This was to give it even more of a distressed and lighter appearance than what we would have got by simply stamping it directly from that first inking. Next, I'm going to take some of the easy strips included in the kit plus one of the add-on dies for this. This is the banner end die. I really like the little notched edges for this, and we are going to die cut the greetings to use on our card. You can also see that out of my watercolor background, I picked the area of that ink smooshed background that had the most dense color, and I used one of the basic hearts from Simon Says Stamp to die cut that into a heart shape. Then we are simply going to pop this up with a little foam adhesive, kind of shifting it over to the right on our card background. And what I love about that old letter background, it works for everything. It is not overpowering. It adds a nice subtle little background, and it's just a great way to add a fun little text design to your card. And hopefully by using the ink and the water spritzer and the third generation of that, it gives you a little bit different look. So a different way to use a text background. It would work with any of your favorite text backgrounds. Next, I'm going to take some of the foam adhesive squares included in the kit, and we are going to start assembling our floral bouquet. Our florals are all going to be concentrated along the right side of our heart with I chose the with thanks, but any of the sentiments here would work. I love that it die cuts all of them at once. And that's going to come out from our floral bouquet. So we're kind of tucking one end of the notched edges underneath that, and we're going to build out our florals. Now, the majority of our florals are going to be draped down here on the bottom because we obviously have a little bit more room down here to play with if you've shifted your heart up like I have here. And then up at the top is going to be a little bit lighter on the florals, but everything is coming out from that main large rose. And what I love is that these look like watercolor florals, but they have been stamped, which for me is great because I love that controlled look, but I also really love a watercolor look. It's a really fun way to incorporate lots of great watercolor techniques into our design. So I'm kind of just working with my different components. I kept trying to tuck that long stem, and ultimately I'm going to grab some scissors and I'm going to snip the stem a little bit. No one's going to know, but it'll make it a little easier to tuck this underneath that edge. There we go. This is going to make it a lot easier. So building out that bouquet. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm a really big fan of tone on tone as well. So there's a lot of pinks or pinky purples in this with all the wonderful shades of green. We've got a couple of little areas that show a little more purple. Obviously the one bloom with the purple on the bottom edge and then a little teeny tiny purple bloom. I didn't really want to go overboard, but I like the little touches here and there. So I'm going to tuck in my banner now because I do want to make sure that it's very legible. We don't want to cover up any of the sentiment. And then we'll tuck in some of these individual leaves and things and build out the rest of this. Some of the elements are glued directly to the card, and then a few of them are popped up with foam adhesive squares to give some nice variety. We'll build in a couple more of the taller sprig style greenery up here at the top. We're going to add a little bloom up here as well. And I did eliminate the one flower. I just couldn't quite make it work with this. And so ultimately I decided to let that go. I like to keep a little dish on my desk with little extra parts and pieces. They do come in handy. They can always be added to other projects later on. Same goes for all these wonderful little sentiment strips. Lots of extra cards can be created with all of those extra sentiment strips. And you could leave the sentiment strip off altogether until you're ready to mail out the card and then customize it for the recipient, especially if you need a sympathy card or birthday card or whatever the case may be. Next, I did grab some opal gems from my stash. These are my favorite from Simon Says Stamp, and I am going to scatter some of these for that added little extra pop of sparkle and fun. Now, included in the kit, you do get silver sparkle or splatter, pardon me. I ended up not using that for this card. I wanted to keep it a little bit cleaner, I guess, per se. It is very distressy just with that watercolor look anyway. But since I chose not to use the silver splatter for this design, I thought the little opal gems were a really nice touch, and they fill in some of those little teeny tiny blooms perfectly. The final thing we're going to do is glue this to the white side fold card base included in the kit, and our card is all finished. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for this card using the March 2026 card kit. The supplies I used are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube for your convenience. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Hi there, I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at simonsaysstamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up and subscribe to see more great content.